Ha-ha! Hey, we're going to bring up our next comic. Give him a big, warm welcome. Put your hands together for Chris Zuiker.
How is everyone tonight? Hey, about a year ago, I moved to Arizona. So it's been a year, actually a year this week since I showed up to Stand Up Scottsdale the first time. So I'm excited to be here tonight. This whole year I've seen a bunch of comedians and a bunch of bands, and I really love music. And one thing I like about music is new music. And I seen some great ones. I seen Dr. Dog and Langhorne Slim, and in a kind of a weird way, I'm kind of looking forward to the Miley Cyrus show next week. Some of you, and I'm twerking right now. The 300 days. The year before we came down here, I fished a little over 300 days in northern Michigan. I had a hard time trying to figure out if I was unemployed or retired, but when I moved down here, I figured it out. I was unemployed, so I have gone to work a couple times. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, and I went to Catholic school like most of us did there. And in the third grade, I had a nun, Sister Mary Jean, and she was keeping us a little late on one Friday afternoon, a little extra prayer before we went out. And as we passed her on the way out, I give her the finger, and then when she reacts to that, I give her this wiggly nose thing and then head out for the weekend. And I got suspended for a week, but I didn't really figure anything out, because now when I do it on Friday, I get the finger back, or I'll see you on Monday, so I don't get much there. The year that we've been here, though, I spent most of it staying out at my mom's with her and my wife, but staying out there at my mom's was kind of strange. At some point, you kind of realize why you left at 18, but I was coming back to help her out a little bit, and kind of had fun for the most part. I kind of had fun kind of messing with her a little bit. Some days I would say things I knew weren't even quite true. Like the maddest I think she ever got at me was when I told her that I think she sent us to Catholic high school because she didn't want us to go to school with any black guys. So she gets all offended. She says something like, when I seen Oprah at that one lunch, and I really enjoyed what she was inspiring or something to me. And then she'll say something like, those black people, they were good help, and it kills me. And she doesn't mean it all in the same sense. She doesn't even realize what she's saying most of the time, but it's pretty crazy. The other reason we moved down here was just my daughter lives down here also, and I'm proud to say we're going to be a grandfather here within a month, and yeah, it's pretty cool. She assures me everything's good, and in the back of my head, being a grandfather, I think something's got to be wrong. I'm thinking, well, maybe this baby's going to have allergies or something, and something simple, hopefully, and I was thinking maybe an allergy to nuts, and not all nuts, maybe just chin nuts until she left off her beauty school. So I don't know. That's a grandfather in me. At 54, also, I'm kind of finding that I'm paying a whole lot more attention to those Cialis commercials than I used to. I don't know if it's the possibility of the 4-hour boner that may need medical attention, or that I maybe worked it so hard I'm sitting in that tub at the end relaxing, like that little 4-club tub. So it's and what's also been kind of weird this year is that somewhere over the last 25 years when I've been working for myself, I turned into a pretty shitty interview, I think. I had a couple jobs that I know I had before I got there, and I don't know if it, obviously I got there and they seen I was a big fat guy, so they probably didn't hire me, but I was also it could have been my lack of computer skills. I only really had one official class in computer in college, so it was a programming class back in 1978, so you can imagine my skill level in 2014, when really I would wake up on Sunday morning and go get a newspaper and go to the coffee shop and get home, feed my kid, and settle in to watch the Jetsons at about 6 o'clock in the morning. That was my IT training. But now I walk around with with my smartphone in my hand, tweeting and Facebook my friends and whatnot, and I find myself sending out some crappy tweets through the week. Like this past week, I sent something out about the Great Lakes being frozen. So unless you're a Great Lakes sea captain, it really wouldn't matter a whole lot to you. A week ago Sunday, we were on our way home from Fry's actually, and my wife realizes that we didn't get the ice cream she bought, and the guy didn't pack it up, and she goes, "You think that's God's way of telling me that I eat too much ice cream?" And I think about it for a minute, and I say, "Well, Don, I don't really think so, because he couldn't even keep his son from getting nailed to the cross." So it's I didn't quite know what to do with that one. Thanks. I don't know. I grew up playing a lot of golf. I played all through as a kid, and actually pretty much most of my adult life it's been either my work or my passion. And I find myself, though, the game's an 18-hole game, and I find myself at about 18-year increments just making drastic changes in my life without a whole lot of thought. At 18, I got married and moved to Texas, and yeah, it was kind of cool. It kind of worked out. I've been married. My wife and I have been married 34 years, and it's been great. It really has all been good fun. And but a few years back, it kind of surprised me one night. She tells me that she thinks I'm the 7th dumbest man in the world. How'd she come up with the 7th? Because I did a lot of stupid shit. I really should have probably been higher on that list. But like I decided at 36 to move us from northern Michigan or from northern Texas to Dallas area to a remote region in northern Michigan to a town of like 450 people. Basically, because I was sitting at the bank on a Friday and having to wait too long to cash my check. I wonder how my life would have maybe been different if I had direct deposit at that point in my life. But it's kind of crazy. And we first moved down here. My wife was getting ready to get some job interviews taken care of, and she would take practice quizzes online and get her outfits all laid out. And then all of a sudden, one night out of the blue, she says to me, "I don't know if I can pass a pre-drug screen test." And myself, knowing her for all those years, knowing that she never had partied, but myself being an avid card holder and in a lot of pain, it caused me some troubles. She quit swallowing. Yeah. And I got one more here for you tonight. I appreciate everything and you guys humoring myself, actually. I've had 2 brushes with greatness, and both of them have occurred when I've been in a men's room, which has been kind of weird. First time I was standing in Chicago, and singer-songwriter Tom Waits was out, and we're taking a leak next to each other, and everything goes fine. I keep the urinal rule intact, and no violations, and we chat a little bit at the sink when we're out there. And the second time it happens, though, it's Andre the Giant, 7'5", 500 pounds, Fezzik from The Princess Bride. And all I can tell you about that one is that I haven't bought any 5-pound pork loins since. So that's my time. My name's Chris Zuiker. I appreciate everyone coming out and enjoying Stand Up Scottsdale.